First time super chat here. Question for the panel. If Western standards weren't so high from women, do you think the shorter men can stand a chance of being with a woman he's attracted to? I'm 5'2", and all too often my height prevents being with a woman. Dry Zala, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. Height is definitely a tough one for men.
Can I comment on this?
Yeah.
So I find it absolutely ridiculous when short women, and I'm talking like 5 foot, 5'2", are like, I will only date men over 6 foot tall. I think it's absolute bullshit. Get over yourself, first of all. I'm decently tall. I'm 5'8", and I've dated plenty of people that have been the same height as me. Would I absolutely prefer somebody that's taller than me? Yes, but I find it so crazy that women that are very small have such a high preference for.
But would you ever date someone shorter than you?
I'm not saying that I wouldn't.
But you haven't.
The men that I've dated that are quote unquote the same size as me, people have said that they're actually shorter than me, but they're the same size same height on paper. But no, I mean, I have a pretty dominant personality, I feel like, and in a relationship, I do want to feel feminine, and I don't want to feel like I'm the more dominant masculine one in the relationship. So if somebody has a personality and lifestyle that does portray that, then that's totally fine if they're same height, maybe even shorter. But yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. I feel bad for those men too sometimes.
It
is a double standard, but also like, yeah, I've dated men the same height as me, and then I've run into the issue where, because I love my heels, I love my taller shoes, and like they would get actually upset, like would be visibly upset that I was taller than them with these shoes on and ask me to take them off, and say I'm not doing that. They're shoes, you know. So that's where it's like I like a few inches, but a lot of those girls who are like 5 foot tall, literally like 4'11", saying, "Oh, I only date men over 6 feet." Maybe they dated a couple men over 6 feet, but a lot of the time they're not even dating men that are all over 6 feet. They're just saying it, but they've given a few, maybe not the 5'2" guys they're dating, yes, but they've given some 5'10", some 5'9". They can't even tell the difference.
What is?
Well, hold on. They've given a 5'9", 5'10" guy a chance. By the way, 5'9" is the average male height in the U.S.
I'm not saying that. I've dated men that are 5'9".
No, I'm not saying that's you, but you're talking about these other women.
I say give them a chance because these are the girls, quote
Heaven
unquote.
forbid you give a man who's of average height.
It's actually
a
above
chance.
average.
I was saying that because these are the same women, quote unquote, saying that they won't date anyone under 6 feet. So I'm saying that they give those men a chance. That's
just ridiculous.
I already said I agree with that.
Well, the problem for hold on.
J-Man
thank you, J-Man.
973 donated $99.
Appreciate it.
Love to see character development from KEEKO.
Oh, look at that. Bringing this back up. Yeah. I think it's actually interesting, and Priya raises a good point. Priya, you said you're 5'8", right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it's actually like women who are average height or above actually have
less preference.
Seem to care less about height than like a girl who's 4'11" or 5 feet. And you'd think, oh, okay, well, if you're a guy who's 5'2", just get a girl who's 4'11" or 5 feet. Mm-hmm. Actually, those girls care even more about dating a guy who's tall for some reason. Like they definitely want a guy who's 6 feet.
They can't reach stuff.
They're trying to like even out their gene pool.
Yeah, it's something like
They're
that.
Like, if we get a 6 foot man, maybe we can get some 5'5" kids.
I gotta be honest with you. I dated somebody who was the same height as me, and I couldn't stand it.
You couldn't stand it.
Did not like it.
How
Not
tall
one
are you?
bit. Did not like it.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
And he was 5'4", 5'5"?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't like it.
I'm a little over 5'7", and I don't understand the obsession with the over 6 feet thing. I've dated men my same height. I've dated men who, when I wear heels, I'm taller than them. I don't know what the obsession
My
with
guy
the
is
6 foot
6'4" now,
marker is.
and that turns me on.
Biological. It's the same way they say like men have the tendency.
It's a turn on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like
dominant.
we
I'm
say
fine.
like the protection,
5'9".
like you. Yes, I'm sure there's very strong short men out there. I mean, hey, they're center of gravity. They probably have some strong legs.
I feel like
but,
I have to.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to defend the 5 foot girls out here because I'm 5 feet.
Me too.
And height has never played a role in the man I've chosen. it plays no role in this. He's way taller than me, but
How
that's
tall
not
are
why
you?
I'm attracted to him.
I'm 6'2".
No, of
Oh.
course. And
So I
Oh,
don't
it
know.
says, hold on, Billy. Hold on,
Really,
Billy.
but now your comment doesn't.
Yeah.
No, but
I've
Like
dated
I'm
guys much
5'7",
shorter.
my boyfriend's 6 foot. So I mean,
No, I
See, but that's how it should be.
I agree with you.
I don't even think. See, a lot of girls get into this whole thing where they think that it's like, it's because like I need to be able to feel like I'm like hugging upward and things like that. The reason why the reason why 5'4" bothered you is not because of his relative height to you, is because of his relative height to other men. That's why it bothers you. That's why like when
don't
you're
like being eye to eye with him.
that's why when you're 5'8", 5'9", but you really don't like him not being eye to eye to other men. I think that's the biggest thing. Men
Well,
are
and,
very,
and like she said, he didn't want me wearing heels.
Really
like,
good point.
you know.
Yeah.
like this is why like if you meet a guy who's average height, like let's say you're 5 feet tall. You meet a guy who's 5'6", and do you want to say something real quick?
no, go for it. Go for it.
I was going to say, you guys are emotionally stimulated. That's how you get aroused. Like you guys, that's why you never hear a guy being like, oh, I just want a girl to have a really good sense of humor. No, that's what girls
Just
say.
about to say that.
Okay?
Just about to say
you
that.
guys, if you're 5'1", 5'2", you meet a guy who's 5'6", your initial thought seeing him maybe at a bar or something like that is going to be like, he's a little short, but the moment that he opens his mouth and he's got riz, he's making you laugh. He knows how to freaking like schedule a date, take you out, show you a good time. You've got that vibe, right? And then all of a sudden you realize like, oh, he's like super disciplined. Like I enjoy spending time with him. Your height, the height preference goes
the door.
out the window.
Yeah.
Guys who are 5'2", 5'1", 5 foot, those guys are in big trouble because of their relative height to other men, not their relative height to you.
Even growing up, the most like suave, like the two boys I remember growing up in my class at my Catholic school was small. I was 5'5" in 5th grade. These boys were like 4'9" until the day we graduated 8th grade. But they were the lady men, like lady man, whatever you call them, of our class, even though they were the shortest. Like they were just
ballers.
so funny. Like class clowns, athletic, whatever. But it's kind of back to my comment earlier when I said a lot of women, those short women will say, I only date men above 6 feet, but actually not because of how it sounds. They don't want to be the one to say like, oh, like they think it sounds lesser if they say they're not dating men over 6 feet. So that's the whole like trend to say like I only date men over 6 feet.
I also think dating apps in particular highlight this. I think that if you're a guy who's under 6 feet tall on a dating app, you're going to struggle because women are going to be in their heads about this preference without realizing that they're just setting themselves up to fail.
I think
back to what you were saying. We have a friend. I don't want to say his name.
Yeah.
We have a friend that's I think he's 5'2".
Yep.
And he does struggle on dating apps, but in person he is always the most alpha person in the room. And in person he gets every girl he approaches, and
Every
it's
girl's
because of
number.
his personality. He has
So true.
a very masculine personality.
Charisma is a
on like
relevant thing.
on my platform, like men ask me, I get so many like DMs from men being like, help, like my looks are about like a 5, I'm a little bit short, like do I have a chance with a girl who's a 9 or 10? And like the answer is absolutely yes, because like the guy that I was talking about earlier,
It's going to be harder.
it's going to be harder, yes, absolutely. You have to be more
yes.
confident, you have to work on, you have to flex that muscle. But the guy that I'm dating that's abstinent, he's my height, a little bit shorter than me. And when I first went to the adult mass to meet and mingle with other men, my initial attraction was to the tallest guy in the room, the attractive one, and all the girls were kind of coming to him. And I was just kind of waiting for him to approach me or going to do something. And then this guy just came out of nowhere and made me laugh. That was it, just like that.